So, this is what we've been playing towards. It's time now for the final round, which, as always, is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So Norma, Ralph and Sue from the Weekly Players and Daphne from the Eggheads, would you leave the studio now, please? So, Pat and Roy, you're playing to win the Weekly Players £27,000. Judith, Kevin, CJ and Chris, you're playing for something which no amount of money can buy. The Eggheads' reputation. As usual, I'll ask each team 3 questions in turn. This time the questions are all general knowledge and you are allowed to confer. That's the big difference from the head-to-heads. Weekly Players, the question is, are your 2 brains better than the Eggheads' 4? And Pat and Roy, do you want to go first or second?
First?
You go first, please.
Here's your first question. The gold coin called the Krugerrand is minted in which country? South Africa, Germany or New Zealand? The gold coin called the Krugerrand is minted in which country?
Well, I assume it's minted. Yes, I'm minted. Yes, yeah. So I would.
Well,
yeah.
We're just going to go for South Africa, don't we?
Okay, the Krugerrand is minted in South Africa. It's the right answer and a lovely start. One to you, Eggheads. Which car manufacturer produces the Golf and the Fox models? Volkswagen, Ford or Vauxhall? Which car manufacturer produces the Golf and the Fox models?
So, Volkswagen. Or Volkswagen, if you
Volkswagen, yeah. Amongst other models, the many models it produces, those 2 of them, it is correct. Okay, Weekly Players, back to you. Can you take the lead again? Listen to this. The tabs is another word for which part of a theatre? Is the way the questions fall. The wings, the stage curtains, or the dressing rooms?
Well, I think it's the curtains that come down. I'm pretty sure of the tabs. We'll go for the stage curtains. Huh?
Right. The stage curtains. Don't want to get this wrong, do you?
Well, we're looking at fools
no.
if we do, won't we?
I don't think we've got any, actually.
No.
They are the stage curtains. It's correct. Well done. 2 to you then, Eggheads. Your question. Who published a poetry book entitled The Perils of the Pushy Parents in 2007? Ruth Kelly, Cherie Blair or Boris Johnson? Who published a poetry book entitled The Perils of the Pushy Parents in 2007?
I would have thought it was Johnson's sister, Rachel.
Anybody know? This means nothing to me.
I've seen the cover of it. I think it's white. You know, there's that
Well,
Charlie
Ruth
Lola
Kelly's
character.
no longer education safe, is she?
No,
I mean, why would she? Cherie Blair's not noted for being
Why am I
poetic.
thinking it's Boris Johnson? I think Johnson's most likely. That was my instinct. But
Yeah, but
not being true. It have been wrong in the past, my instincts.
Well, it means nothing to me, so I think he's the most likely, but that's solely because I think he's the most likely, not because I've actually got any idea. So, shall we go for Boris Johnson then?
Yeah. What are we saying, Eggheads?
We're going for Boris Johnson.
Perils of the Pushy Parents.
I'm praying.
Is by Boris Johnson. It's correct. Weekly Players. In 2007, what appeared on the menu of New York restaurant Serendipity 3, priced at $12,500? Was it a cocktail, a chocolate sundae, or a hamburger?
I got a feeling it was chocolate, milk chocolate, and there was real gold in it. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't. No. Should we try chocolate? Well,
I would have gone for...
yes, I'll go for it. I'll take the responsibility. I believe it's a chocolate sundae, but I think it was served with real gold, even edible gold. I think I might be wrong, but chocolate sundae.
Okay, $12,500. Lot of money for any of those. It's a chocolate sundae. It's correct. Right, well, you're in the lead. We're talking about $12,500 there, but we're talking about £27,000 potentially heading your way if the Eggheads muff this question. Okay, Eggheads. From which Pacific nation do the stations Radio Happy Isles and Radio Happy Lagoon broadcast? Samoa, Papua New Guinea, or the Solomon Islands? From which Pacific nation do the stations Radio Happy Isles and Radio Happy Lagoon broadcast?
Nothing.
Not nothing.
Nothing.
Isles?
That sounds
Which
similar.
are orchids? Is Samoa one island? The clue might be in the islands.
Sounds a bit American Samoa to me. I would have thought on the basis that Papua New Guinea's got islands as well, so it's primarily
yeah, Australia.
two-thirds of the island of New Guinea, so you wouldn't have thought Happy Isles, Happy Lagoon. As between the others, Samoa would be perhaps more known for things like lagoons
And also
than the Solomons.
Clutching American Samoa, and they have that sort of shallow mindset.
And it sounds the sort of thing they might do in the Pacific Islands near America, say Hawaii or something. Sounds that sort of title, so maybe. That
it could be. Quite honestly, it could
What's
be any
Samoa
of them.
like
But most
geographically?
likely.
Is it known for palm trees and lagoons and little islands?
more than the other two, I'd say.
Well, technically it could be any other, but I would say just on playing the percentages, the most likely is Samoa.
We don't know.
Is the simple answer.
I've guessed that,
if
Eggheads, so
you
you're
managed
guessing
to-
here, trying to save your reputation.
Just on the basis that Samoa. Well, never mind the reasoning. We'll go for Samoa.
Samoa, Radio Happy Isles, Radio Happy Lagoon. It's the Solomon Islands, which means, weekly players, you've just won £27,000. How does that sound?
Oh, just wonderful!
Was that true? Yeah.
You have won £27,000. You are officially, for this day only, cleverer than the Eggheads, and proved it can be done. Let it sink in a moment or two.
Well,
I mean, you came here, looking at your team name, Weekly, W-E-A-K-L-Y. You came here with absolutely no expectations whatsoever, didn't you? Just came here to have a bit of fun.
Well, we enjoyed the programme and we wanted to enjoy the experience, and that was it. And
it was just nice to all get together, without rehearsing for a play.
Well, now you can decide how you want to split £27,000.
I can't believe it.
We were talking earlier, Pat, before we started asking questions about, you do an awful lot of charity work, an awful lot of good works. Do you think some of this might head that way?
Well, I know the voluntary concern in the local area have not got their van yet, and we raised money last year for it. So perhaps we'll donate some.
Yeah, well, listen,
to finally
tremendous performance, though, may I say, just looking at the performance, and the Eggheads will agree with me, they were trying an informed guess there. Even the Eggheads get questions that they don't know the answer to. You had similar questions, you worked them out, that's the difference, and they failed to. But, weekly players, I mean, it's been so long now.
I think you're more
than 5. I am shocked. You begin to think when you get over a certain level with the Eggheads that it's never going to be done. But there we are, as I say, proven it can be done. Do join us next time on Eggheads to see if the new team of challengers will be just as successful. Until then, from all of us here, goodbye. I'm so excited.
I can't explain how I feel. We just feel absolutely wonderful. We would have gone.
We did think we would have gone, if it had been our question, we would have said Solomon. But we didn't have to.
We understand Chris has got a theatrical background, and if you'd like to come and join us, Chris, in our next review, we could offer you the back end of a cow. Feel absolutely fantastic. Came here just to enjoy the day, and this has just topped everything. It's brilliant.
And we're rich.